Hello Sagittarius, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So some of you may have been in a relationship with this person, could have been in the past, could also be a current relationship. For others of you, this could be someone that you've met, a situationship maybe, or even a connection where you know there's a whole lot of energy there, but no one's really speaking up. For those of you who are new, my method of reading is just slightly different. I do have the ability of channeling through my higher intuitive self to get the answers that I need. I do not channel through spirit guides. I never have, and I have certain reasons for that. And it is possible to channel through your higher intuitive self. We ourselves are spirit. We also have a soul. Sagittarius, wow, what is going on? Goodness me. Your person of interest here has a lot going on in their life. These are not happy cards. These are what I like to call, I don't like to call them that, but they seem to be more dark and dreary. Very negative in a way. The feelings and emotions are just gloomy. Now, this is, of course, your person of interest, but because of the intensity of these cards, it could be possible that some of you are going through this as well. And some of us do, especially if it is a spiritual connection where we are mirroring each other. So first card's the strongest here. We have doubt, followed by fear. Then we have betrayal. After that, we have beliefs. Then we have hearth and home, sexuality, order, awakening. And under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, we have justice. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Sagittarius, right now, after all that has happened, I'm truly starting to feel this doubt. Doubt that maybe this connection won't work out. I don't know if it will. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I try to make things work? The problem is, even if I did, deep down I feel that it might not work out. And this is now because a lack of faith and a lack of trust. There's a part of me that feels paranoid at this point. Paranoid, fearful of you, and scared even. You make me very nervous. A long time ago, I was someone who was very secure. I knew it all. I had a lot of confidence, a lot of self-esteem. But then things changed, and I've realized that yes, I was the one who was the culprit. I started everything, and it's as if I destroyed it all. A roller coaster ride. But all these emotions, these destructive emotions, even though a part of me wants to start things off again, I know that we may just keep going around in circles, one after the other, over and over again. A part of me feels unworthy and worthless. I feel as if you deserve better. And yet, I don't even know how I'm even supposed to act or react to what I have done to you. I know what I've done is wrong. I have lied to you and betrayed you. You thought you could predict me, you thought you knew me, but it turns out you never really knew me at all. And now there's a lack of faith and a lack of trust. In this connection, your mindset and your view on what we were, what we are, and what we should be was quite different from what I felt and what I thought internally. My views, my opinions were quite different. I also know that in this lifetime I have met someone like you who I can confide in, who I can talk to, who I can share my deepest thoughts, my fears, my desires. You are that one person that guides the way home with that light. You are also the same person that makes me feel warm with that same light. And I can put my head down on your lap and feel you caressing my head, my hair, in between your fingers. I want to be vulnerable, but now I even doubt if that would work out. I know that I have obsessed over you sexually, and I find you to be utterly sexual, so gorgeous, so amazing, that I sometimes obsess over the looks and the physical, and I ignore the spiritual and the emotional. And I now know that it seems to you as if I may have just used you. I may have done certain things that made you feel very uncomfortable, things that were not in your beliefs. And you did it just because you wanted to make me happy. And now I'm confused. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move on. And I know I have to make a choice. But there's so many clouds around me, this fog that has not lifted. There's a lack of transparency. There's confusion. There's certain things I just don't understand about this connection, about what has happened. Right now, I have come to this awakening moment, this realization that I'm finally starting to see things from your perspective. And when I see this, I understand what I've put you through. I can see things from your lens now, and I've put myself into your shoes. Overall, I want, going forward, to have an equal give and take in this connection. Things that happened before were very unequal. It's not fair that I keep taking and taking, and that you just keep giving and giving. It's not right. And therefore, I want to have an equal give and take in this connection. For now, I doubt that you would even want to be with someone like me, because I feel unworthy, and I feel that you deserve someone better, because I have betrayed you. And that is just who I am, and that is how I've always been. There's things about me that just can't change, even though I want to. I'm just quite confused right now, and I can't make a choice. I can't make a decision. All right. Sag. You have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards for me that are a little bit on the dark side. So clearly I do see here somebody has betrayed someone. Their faith, their trust, that's gone. Somebody here also was very much into the way they feel, their mindset. The both of you had a lot of differences here. Now, for some of you, the beliefs card, it talks about the differences between the both of you, right? But the problem sometimes also is it talks about a vast variety of things. Does that make sense? A vast array of scenarios, okay? And the type of scenarios, some of you may be in a situation where it's a third party, so the beliefs kind of get in the way there, the morals, the ethics, the values. Some of you may be very rich. The other person that you're with may be not so rich, or maybe the opposite way. Because of that, there's a different mindset right there, how you approach life, how you approach the lifestyle and the money. Some of you may be in a situation with this belief card that talks about your differences, your opinions. The way your mindset is completely different from this person's. There's also religion, ethnic background, racial background, those type of differences and beliefs. So definitely this is a card for me that shows a lot of variety. But when it comes to betrayal right next to it, the way I interpret that is the fact that it is, this person was with you for a certain amount of time. Either it was energetically or actually physically they were with you. But then when reality hit, when things started to get a bit serious, their beliefs came in the way. And now they're starting to think, oh, you know, my morals, my ethics, my values. Then they started to take a step back. For a very small portion of you, this person also could have just thought that, you know what? It's against my belief because I don't want a committed relationship. I don't want to be exclusive. I just want to have fun. Hence the sexuality card. I just want to have fun because I feel so comfortable with my Sag. But on the other side, we have yourself who may have wanted something more. You may have wanted more commitment, but this person didn't do that. That's why we have that sense of betrayal, that they betrayed you. All right. Let's have a look at the Lover's Path Tarot. Oh, interesting. It was flying right out there. Okay, 2 of Arrows. So this deck, why I look at this deck, it's to have a look at, you know, what happened in the beginning. Things were going fine. They started to escalate, and then all of a sudden something happened, just went crashing down. What was on this person's mind? What were they thinking when they started to keep their distance from you? This is for those of you that may never have received the closure that you needed. This person may have faded over time. They may have ghosted you. They may have treated you really badly. And, you know, you wonder, what did I do to deserve this, right? All right. Also, this is in the past, just a little bit. Maybe a few months, maybe a few years ago. All right. 2 of Arrows as well as the 8 of Cups. And I do read this in the reverse. Hopefully this will provide you with some understanding as to what was going on in this person's mind at the time when they started to continue, you know, keep that distance from you. They started continuing that behavior. We have here peace, truce, and impasse. Not really being able to understand a difficult situation. So first of all, they found this connection at some point in time. They found in the connection there was a situation, and they found the situation to be a very difficult one. Balance was not being attained, but eventually issues should have been confronted, but they were not. There was a lack of emotional control. We also have here how this person at some point in time had discomfort with a decision. Over-reliance on the intellect and leaving emotions unconsidered. So yeah, that's what happened here. Just like the beliefs card with the betrayal, it talks about how this person may have wanted to just be in a temporary situation or not be in a situation where there's a lot of emotions, because we have here discomfort with a decision. Remember, you also had the order card. There's that lack of understanding, can't really make a decision. So they're not moving forwards, backwards, left or right. They're not unable to move because they can't make a decision. This is something that happened in the past. This is what your person was having a problem with, and they are still in this energy. Because the first set of cards I just read, that is the current status. With the order card, that is exactly what's happening. So we do have here this person was feeling very uncomfortable with a decision, and they were over reliant on their intellect, their brain capacity, and the way they feel logically, right? Rationally. They were not thinking in terms of emotions at all. Emotions were unconsidered. So you're dealing with somebody here who seemed maybe very cold afterwards. They would like get their way with you, and then all of a sudden they would act like a stranger. They would be hot and cold. Hot and cold is the proper term there. We also have here the 8 of Cups. All right. I'm going to read the whole thing here. Leave-taking, disillusionment, and transitions. The card suggests that it's time to move on. Your person of interest thought that it was time to move on because they needed more substance in life, whether that be a more satisfying relationship or a more authentic way of life. Authentic. Authentic is what? That emotion part, right? They were not being authentic because they were not opening up. People that are very closed off usually may seem as if they're not authentic, because when someone is truly open and honest, their emotions envelop everything. Everything is built on emotion. Here, this person was trying to do things in this connection, but without that emotional side. And that really doesn't work. It doesn't work in relationships. It can't work. Here we also have the need for more substance in life, whether it be a satisfying relationship or a more authentic way of life. So they knew that they were fake. What they started to do, they were lingering too long in a difficult or superficial situation. Yep. So they felt that the situation was superficial. Why? Because it was focused on the physical and it was not focused on the emotional. Uncertainty about a relationship, whether they should stay or whether they should leave, and having doubts. Wow, is that over on point? You guys had, the first card was the strongest. You had doubts, right? And I think that was the first card, or it might be the second, I think. It was either the first or the second card. But you guys had doubts. No, it was the first card. After that, you had the fear card. So this person, not you guys, this person had doubts. And this is exactly what they had back then. And unfortunately, Sagittarius, they are still in this energy. They still have doubts. What about what? Uncertainty about a relationship, whether they should stay or whether they should leave, and having doubts. Why? Because they're still superficial, artificial. They're still not real. They're still not genuine. What will it take for this person to be genuine? This type of a person, Sagittarius, you can't change. There's no reason to change somebody like this. They need to come. You can't. What is that saying? You guys know that saying, right? You can't bring the well to the horse, but the horse has to go to the well, right? This is that type of situation. You can only do so much. And I think you've done a lot. This person needs to understand that in a relationship, you need to invest emotion. You can't be in a relationship without any emotion. Unless it's maybe just a one-night stand, hookup, or something like that, and people are used to that, they are able to differentiate that. Men and women. But here is a situation where emotions were expected, and it did not happen. All right. Let's have a look. I have here the Beginner's Tarot, and I'll be looking into any actions, any plans, any intentions your person of interest may have. Oh, interesting. They do want to reach out to you. They want to reach out. You're dealing with somebody here who is, and there you go, a page and a knight. So far we don't have a king, and so this does show me that a part of this person's personality, they are not that wise, they are immature in a way, but they try, and they are trying to change now. We have here the Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, your person of interest sees you from a distance. If you have any social media presence, this person does feel they like seeing you online. And if you don't, they maybe try to find out from other people, what is my Sag up to these days? So they are interested in knowing what you're doing, where you're going, what are you up to these days? But this is all behind the scenes. They don't want you to know. Why does somebody do this when they don't have confidence? Remember, the second card, you had fear, I think. With the fear card, it talks about a lack of confidence. A lack of confidence, and that's exactly what this person has. Long time ago in the beginning, they may have seemed very confident. They knew it all and they were just so cool. But now it turns out, no, they don't have what it takes, and they made a completely different impression. So this person's staring at you from a distance, okay? And they are kind of spying on you, maybe what they call social media, online stalking. But they want to know. It's almost like looking at a rose in a glass case from far away. You know it's so beautiful and you can admire it, but you can't really touch it. That's the situation here. And we also have here the Star. They are looking at you from afar. You may be somebody who's a bit famous, or you may be really good at what you do, your craft, your hobby. They do feel that in this connection, you are destined to be together. And here with the Star, it is fate and destiny. They feel that may be bringing you guys together. They also feel that there was distance before, but now as time goes by, the both of you are to be joined. Here we have the female, we have two jugs. One of the jugs here, it's falling into this pond. It's creating this pond. The other jug here, we have little streams. Your person of interest is this stream. You are the pond. Eventually this stream will go and meet with the pond, and that is that fate and destiny, that hope that this person has. We also have here the Eight of Wands. This has, for me, always been the card of communication. Very nice, very strong. Your person of interest here does. They see you from a distance, they admire you, and then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? I can't lose my Sag. I really want to reach out. That's what's going to happen here. I do see that. It's really nice. They're going to want to reach out to you. This is most likely an action that they're going to take, and this could be a phone call, a text, anything, message, direct or indirect. Here with the Six of Pentacles, they've made a decision, and they are going to want to take you out for breakfast, lunch, dinner, something fun. Just the both of you. We also have here the Knight of Pentacles. Some people call this a very slow night, but the good thing about this night is that this individual has now finally thought about the pros, the cons. They've thought about, should I actually be in this connection? Once this person comes back into your life, because I do see that, they're not going to most likely run away. That would have been, for example, the Knight of Swords. This person has thought long and hard, and they're coming with an offer. Something tangible, something real, something solid. So definitely Sagittarius. I do see your person of interest here being a bit on the shy side. They don't have a lot of confidence, and they will be reaching out at some point in time. I do see that. All right, let's have a look. I have here Archangel answer cards. Just going to do a quick prayer. All right, these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. All right. You actually have a lot of timelines here. All right, we have here within the next few months. So first off, you got this timeline. Within the next few months, something's going to happen. There's going to be something better. That's what's going to happen. In the meantime, they don't want you to stop giving and receiving that love. Keep that positive energy flowing. It's very important because the more positive you are, the more positive energy you will be attracting. If you have negative energy, you will be attracting exactly that. So try to remain positive. Don't stop giving and receiving love. Keep that positive energy flowing, okay? Within the next few weeks, they are saying to ask your angels. Consult with your angels. This is, you can consult with Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. We do not pray to angels. The way I do it, and you can follow this method, I do pray to the Christ consciousness, who is Jesus Christ. I pray to Jesus Christ in my mind's eye. I also then see the holy white light of God, who is the Father, and it prefers being in the alpha state, which is why it's a father. Here we have this holy white light of God, and always remember to say holy. You ask for permission. You let it know, well, you let God know what it is that you need, but you also say, can you please let me have a word with Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. Within a split second, they are with you. The energy is with you. And you can talk to them in your heart. Let's not say things out loud too much, because sometimes we also have negative energies and they can fool us. They can do things and manipulate us in different ways once they hear what it is that we desire. So in your heart, say it like a prayer. And when you say it in your heart, you're telling them what you want. In the end, you also have to give them permission to help you. Now, please keep in mind, the angels are there to help us. They're not there to be worshipped. They themselves feel very awkward. They're put in a very awkward spot when people start to actually worship angels. So they're our friends on a higher level. They're here to help us, and that's what they're here for. Here, we also have certain things are going to start to change for you after you start asking your angels. You're going to be getting signs and synchronicities, messages, things like that. We also have here a year from now. Now, some of you may be upset because you saw this last year. This deck only goes up to a year from now. It doesn't go up to like 3 or 5 years from now. So if it's meant to be, it'll happen. If it's not, it's going to repeat. Here we do have a year from now. Certain things are going to change, okay? But do trust in the divine's plan. There's going to be a lot of changes from now until the next year, but there's a plan. This is all part of the grand plan. Yes, you have a positive card here. Yes, certain things are going to happen. Certain things are going to change. You're going to start to feel better. The overall arching theme is the biggest card of all. There's something better. So there's two scenarios here. There's something better for those of you that are in this connection and you know that you need or you want the situation to improve, okay? That situation will turn into something better. For others of you, this card also indicates for me there's someone better. So, from now until the next year, it could be that someone better that you think, they are going to enter your life. Some of you may have just had enough of this particular person being artificial, superficial, not so truthful. This person that you have been with, you eventually might end up seeing that side of them that you thought never really existed. And you may just change your mind regarding some things. But at the end of the day, I do see here, either something good is going to happen or someone better is going to come into your life. And at that point, you would have to make a choice. And that's it, Sag. That is your reading. Very nice. Very positive. I do like it. I definitely see, though, you have gone through a lot as well. This person has betrayed you, and there's that fear, there's that doubt. It's like, why was I even in this connection this entire time? Everybody has their reasons why they do it. It's not always the right reason. But I do see this person, they have had, and they still have a lack of confidence. They're unable to do the things that they would like to when it comes to being with you. Sagittarius, that is your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you that may be wanting a personal reading, some of the readings I still have available, and you can go to my website, www.asnointia.com. In the rates and packages section, you will see in that tab that I do have some that are still available. As far as I know, they do fill up fast, guys. As far as I know, there's one that's the past life, spiritual connections. That's one reading that I do. Also the love reading, which is a written report and the audio that I provide to you. And I also have the chakra checkup package, which is to help you get rid of negative energies. I have the ability of getting this information for you and telling you what you have in your home, around your aura, and inside of your body, which is your chakra centers. So once I tell you this, I give you the method, you know how to get rid of these things, and then we're all happy people. Some of you might actually just want something more simple, and I have the Holy Light package for that. That is a self-help guide, but I also have some self-help guides on my website. Please have a look at those too. They're quite helpful. No pun. For those of you who may want to know a little bit more about relationships, any type of advice that you may need to view or look at or research, I do have my other channel, Asnointia Audio, and on that channel I have some videos on relationship related advice, and that is from the perspective of me knowing what's inside the heart of an individual. A lot of people won't give you that information because they just say, oh, they've done this, they do this is how you react. But what I like to look into is the reason why somebody behaves the way that they do, right? And I can see that. So I've provided that information in those type of videos. So please do have a look at that. Some of you may have gone through some scenarios. It may be related to you. Some of those videos that I have on Asnointia Audio, that is also on YouTube. And I also have some on relationships that are spiritual. So spiritually connected relationships, twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners, that sort of stuff. And past life, spiritual connections. As well as one that I have on negative energies, if you want to learn more about it. That is called What and Who Are Negative Energies, How to Recognize and Remove. And that's it, Sag. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. Tell me your story. I do read the comments as much as I can. I try to reply, but I do read them, and whatever you have to say. Sometimes I've seen people write their story and then people are writing back to them, and I'm happy with that because this is a community, right? People have to be there for each other, and it's nice to have other people's opinions and their experiences, learning from others. So please feel free to, talk in the comments below. As much as I can, I will try to reply as well. All right, guys, you all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys again. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye now.